guys! So it's a cold November day here in Zone 7A, and instead of packing up my garden, I am growing some seeds. So what I have here is a rocket larkspur and some delphiniums, and by the end of this video I'll share some other flowers you can sow in your garden right now. So why on earth would I plant seeds now when the frost is around the corner? Well, it may sound crazy, but that's what hardy annuals actually love. In fact, many seeds you are asked to put in your freezer before you put them in the garden to help with stratification. So this is exactly what I'm doing right now as the nature intended, and that's putting them in my winter garden. And I'll be honest, it is a bit of an experiment for me this year, but one based on something amazing that I've noticed in my garden with the larkspur, which I'm gonna tell you in a little bit. But before I do that, I wanna tell you about larkspur, the flower, and why I love it. So larkspur is this beautiful, very gentle, about 2 to 3 feet tall plant. It has those spikes of, well, in my garden I had deep purple flowers, but some of them are, light purple or pink. The leaves are gentle and feathery, and overall it's a very slender and soft flower that nevertheless gives a lot of impact for your cottage garden. Now, because they are so slim and tall, they may require some support. And I was lucky because I placed them right next to my hydrangea, which acted like that natural support, and the two of them looked amazing. So I really, really love and recommend this flower because it's beautiful and it's super easy to grow. But another thing that really surprised me about this flower is that I noticed that in one part of my garden where I planted it a year before, it self-seeded. And the flowers started earlier, they were stronger. Overall, they looked more healthy than the ones that I sowed in the spring. And when you think about it, those seeds were in the ground probably already in the, summer through the fall, and they kind of survived my cold winter and started really early. So instead of then waiting till spring to sow them in the ground, I am planning to do it right now. And actually, I really recommend this book that gives me a scientific proof that this is a right approach, and it's called Cool Flowers. If you want to read more about this type of planting, this book is actually great, and it can tell you the varieties that you can use this strategy for. And wait till you see how actually easy it is to sow those seeds. So basically just scatter them on lightly loosened soil. Then cover it with 1/8 of an inch of soil. Now, I am planning to mulch all of my flower beds with shredded leaves, so when I'm ready to do that, I'll cover this area as well. And then that's it, just wait till spring. Now, on to delphiniums, okay? Most advice says to start them indoors and transplant early in the spring, and this is something I've been doing every year because I absolutely love these plants. However, in my Zone 7A here in New Jersey, they do not last longer than 2 years. It's just not the right conditions for them, and what a pity. But I'm kind of tired of babysitting the trays of seedlings every spring, and so I am going to just try. Maybe I'll be right and I'll get some flowers from these seeds when I plant them in the same way as I am trying larkspur. After all, they also need stratification. They're not annuals, but perennials. But in my zone, they act like annuals or biennials. So let's take a look at some other plants that I want to add myself in the garden, and I will recommend that you can use the same way of winter sowing. That's Love in a Mist, Nigella. That's Verbena Vervain. Also Canterbury Bells. And I'm planning to use it with snapdragons, even though it's recommended to start indoors, but I know they do self-seed, so why not give it a try? So I hope you found this video helpful. Subscribe to my channel for more information about plants and garden design. And don't forget to follow me to see how my experiment turned out in the spring. Happy gardening!